Poorly thought out.
Welcome, everybody, to Game 13, Team Canada versus Team New York. What's up, Canada? It's Blade! And I'm joined by...
What's up, New York? It's Bex. We're both rooting for both these teams, but also repping our homes of Canada and New York.
Yeah, it's like they planned that out or something.
Who's this guy, PR? He seems like he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I think he's like Toad's profesh. All right, let's read out some rosters for you guys. Skating in black for Team Canada, 00, Are You Ready? 004, Projectile. 008, Lowrider. 03, Cam Grayson. 11, Artuzo. 1349, Razor. 16, Booby. 1969, Nad. 213, Sleep. 2 for 1, Dump Truck. 2931, Taz. 31, Bruiseberry Pie. 33, R2. 39, Cracker Jack. 444, Shira Shakes. 934, Cooper. 999, KT Kaboom. And 9999, Mange Cool.
And your Team New York rosters, 02, Pinky Swears. 63, She Devil. Number 8, Aaron Water Show. 9, Street Meat. 111, Cherry Napalm. 1213, Brutal. 137, Big Banger. 16, Sweets. 1717, Just Chaos. 18, The Hammer. 19, Kraken. 44, Steve Nash. 49, Nightmare. 501, Synaptic Blasticity. 7, Rocky Bonobo. 709, Horatio. 817, Jag. Shout out to announcer team. And 913, Stephinity and Beyond.
Also joining Team Canada on the bench are coaches Schemo, D-Ray, Branas, and Grenade. And for New York, we have Wolverine, Hawaiian Blaze, Yeti or Not, Here I Come, and Higgy Smalls. I feel like Yeti or Not is all over this tournament. Like, just if she's not skating, she's coaching. If she's not coaching, she's, I don't know, doing
all over the place.
All the things. All the teams.
A shout out to our officials. We have head ref for this game, Red Pool, joined by Random Dude, Shrimp and Roll, Bionic, Thrillum Defoe, Hannibal Reffer, Luna Shovegood, and Bacon the Question. That's so good. And for our NSO, super quickly, we have the head, Atomic Annie, Ivana Rage, Tornado Alley, Block Nest Monster, Night Trotter, Wildside, Rocket Shop, Punisher, and Dexter. Shout out to all of our hardworking officials making this all happen.
It looks like we timed that just perfectly. That rolling whistle means Derby is imminent. Looks like it's going to be KT Kaboom. No, sorry. Cooper taking the Maple Leaf to start off the game. I can't quite see the jammer for me.
Obscured still. Now we have that
She Devil
update. That is She Devil taking the star for Team New York. I love, PR was talking about the last game. One of my favorite things about these teams is when they have the jammer helmet cover have something else than a star.
Yeah, it's always cool. Like, yeah, the Philippines has a sun. Jewish roller derby started David, all that kind of stuff. Cooper securing lead advantage for Team Canada and making a quick pass for those first points of the game.
Looks like we have star in hand for She Devil looking for that pivot. And we have a successful star
pass
here.
Right around the back of Razor.
Keeping that star nice and low to avoid any penalties. Successful pass, forcing the call off there.
Yep. Cooper hitting the pack and quitting it, earning an additional 2 points. That will give Canada a total of 6 for the first jam.
Shout out to everyone joining us in the chat. We'll try to give you some shout outs as we go. It's like we have lots of people tuning in today. I know some of you are at work, and I'm going to tell your boss. Just kidding, I would never do that.
Battle for Lake Ontario. I love it. Looks like we've got Nad taken to the jam line next against Affinity and Beyond. Ooh. Nad with the no pass, no point will not earn lead. Lead's still open for Stephinity to earn, but it is not going to be easy with people like Bruiseberry, Lowrider, and Sleep out there. And one more that I can't quite see. Oh, lowrider.
Bruceberry, another person doing double duty here at this tournament, also playing for Jewish Roller Derby. And we have a scoring pass completed by Nad for Team Canada.
And a sneaky star stash will get the star free for the initial for New York. But if I were to hazard a guess, I would say that possibly. Oh, no. I was wrong. Oh, I was so wrong.
That's 4 more up for Nad.
That'll be first points on the board for Team New York. Pack kind of perked along the bar straight away.
Ooh.
It's like Stefinity trying to take a running hit and getting knocked out by Sleep and bridged a long way back.
Super physical game so far. I feel like everyone will settle in a little bit more, a little bit of frantic energy here in the first handful of jams, but we have 4 more up for Team Canada.
A little bit of friendly fire on the far side of the stretch there.
Ooh, but that's going to be a forearm penalty assessed to somebody. No?
It looked like Bruceberry for a moment, but maybe the officials rescinded.
I said never mind. We're going to keep all of the vacancies in the Hampton and Suites penalty box.
Yes. We all know Bruceberry can be a little heavy on the penalty side, so it's kind of nice when one gets rescinded.
And we've been penalty free. I shouldn't say the thing I was about to say. I'm going to keep that thought to myself.
We don't want to jinx that. No.
That's an inside thought.
Nad going in for another scoring pass, and it looks like the natural 2 minutes have elapsed. 16-point jam for Team Canada. I can see here on the replay. There's Bruceberry moving in for the assist. A little bit of accidental friendly fire, and that looks like the official possibly signaling a forearm, but other refs on the outside conferring that no penalty was acquired.
Those are the first 4 points on the board for Team New York, but a 19-point jam for Canada there. And we're off again with our Tuso wearing the maple leaf for Team Canada and just chaos jamming for New York All-Stars. Blade getting some shout-outs here in the chat.
What's up, President Wavo? All the way from Edmonton, Canada.
We have lead here for our Tuso. And, ooh, little spin move there. Was it clean?
A spin, but enough time for Team Canada to make a nice, solid formation in the front.
I knew that whistle was coming. That was a block in the down skater.
And then on that tricky apex, too, it's like you might think you're coming in legally, but it's perspective. Honestly, it comes down to perspective.
The apex is a tricky spot, so
R2 taking a hit to the outside and calling it off before Team New York can do any damage that time.
with that jam ending, that means that Cracker Jack taking a late checkout there from the Hampton Inn and Suites penalty box. So New York All-Stars will have the pack advantage headed into this next jam. Oh, we have a Crash Course team timeout.
That's right, and I have words about Crash Course. I have a speech.
Crash Course helps busy roller derby athletes increase strength, conquer self-doubt, and create the habits of high performers to become all-stars and MVPs on the track and in life. Want to make 2-minute jams feel easy? Visit ChrissyCrash.com to learn more. Life is a contact sport. Win, and that is Chrissy Crash with a K and a K.
So that was our NAD having the highest scoring jam so far, a large 19 points. But yesterday, Team Canada's highest scoring jam was 40 points.
That is
so we'll
a lot.
See if they can do a repeat of that.
In that highest scoring jam there, NAD's 19-point jam, that was also the only jam so far that New York has put up there, 4 points. So heading back into gameplay in a moment.
Oh, hey, Dubs. Yeah, it's me. Hi, Bam.
Are you ready?
Are they ready?
Team Canada. Are they? Let's find out.
Possibly. I'm not sure if they were ready.
Ooh, Synaptic Plasticity doing some really impressive Single toe stop balance there to stay in bounds on the first turn. No lead, but ooh!
Looks like lead will go to Are Ya Ready?
Little last minute effort there by Brutal. And we have both jammers out now. About a half track separation between them. I'm going to call it a quarter.
Yeah, we've got a fast-moving pack now. Blockers are racing.
Everybody run.
Okay, I swear this is the first time I've seen a pack do more than a full lap around the track this entire weekend.
There was one game yesterday, and I only remember this because I was on the mic for it. I think it was in the first Jewish roller derby game, where they had made 2 complete tracks before the jammers hit the pack. Everyone was sprinting. I was tired. I'm still tired.
So just a testament of like how amazing these blocking contingents are, absolutely locking down on these jammers and not allowing for as much movement as possible. Projectile now donning the maple leaf against Staffinity and Beyond. Projectile at the top of the pack. Bruceberry moving in for the assist, but number 18, the hammer there with the shutdown. Escorting Projectile back to that New York tripod. Pat getting stretched out as come to the top of that apex.
After that little bit of sprinting we did last jam, very defensive heavy jam here. Ooh!
Canada absolutely locking down on Staffinity and Beyond, and Bruceberry Pie making sure that no blocker comes back to mess with that formation.
Big hit there, but it took about 40 seconds to even get a lead jammer called here, and that is for Projectile from Team Canada, who is picking up 4 points here.
That looked like Bruceberry was giving Aaron Watershow a hug. Hugs are okay sometimes, just don't use too much forearm. And get consent. Looks like a star pass has occurred for Team New York. Sweets will be our new jammer of record. And Projectile getting the instructions to call it off from the bench, bringing their total up to 31. See the replay here. There's Bruceberry moving in to disrupt that formation. And then just moving back to, block that jammer. No big deal, just all over the place.
A little shout out here in the chat from Johnny Pepper. Love to hear encouragement from one of the greats. Hard act to follow on that last game, too. That's a great announcer pair. We are back in action as She-Ra Shakes wearing the maple leaf and She-Devil. Oh, I love that. What a great jammer mashup, starting with She Dash.
I bet she's going to get lead.
I think you're probably right. We do have, I think that's Booby in the Hampton Inn and Suites penalty box, but She-Ra, she did in fact get lead.
That is Shakes for Team Canada, your lead jammer. Forearm being assessed to Team Canada, whose blocker side of the Hampton Inns and Suites penalty box is gradually filling up.
No vacancies. Not yet. Looks
One
like
is about to check out. Booby has reached their checkout time. She-Devil coming into the pack, and She-Ra Shakes calling it off in the nick of time, but not before adding 4 more.
And a good little bit of timing there on the call-off, allowing Booby to get out of that Hampton Inn and Suites penalty box so that we have only a 4-3 versus a 4-2 pack advantage for the New York All-Stars.
It's always nice to have a little help from your friends. Oh, we have ourselves an official timeout. That is a crash course timeout. Crash Course helps busy roller derby athletes increase strength, conquer self-doubt, and create habits of high performers to become all-stars and MVPs on the track and in life. If you want a custom training plan with derby-specific workouts, nutrition strategies, and athletic mindset development curated by our epic team of coaches so you can level up this year, visit ChrissyCrash.com to learn more. Chrissy Crash, Chrissy with a K, Crash with a K. Life is a contact sport. Win.
And give another shout out to another one of our sponsors. That's 888, elevating derby safety standards with cutting edge technology. That's 888.
They are one of our royal sponsors for this weekend, along with 187 Killer Pads, Poster Giant, and Louisiana's Cajun Bayou.
Before we had our mics on, before I was talking about how fun it is to have Canada here. If you didn't know this, Cajun is derivative from Acadian. Same folks from our very, very far away from here, neighbors to the north. Also, speaking of neighbors to the north, I like the part of the top of New York where it just kisses Canada. Just a little kiss.
Just a little peck on the cheek. Just a little graze. Looks like Cooper with the maple leaf against Just Chaos. Cooper quick to get to the front of that pack, but New York able to put up a formation before lead acquired. Just Chaos at the back of the pack against a formidable three-wall of Grayson, Razor, and Taz. Razor and Taz are, like, terrifying on their own, so adding another person in there is just, like, I would not want to be jamming right now. I don't even want to jam against them in practice.
We have a blocker apiece here in the Hampton Inn and Suites penalty box, and we have Just Chaos able to get out of that pack, forcing the call off. I think I saw, 4 up there for Team Canada, bringing our score to 47-4.
Seeing Alicia Bigley in the chat. Everyone is really, really cool. Yeah, they are really, really good at skating. They're like really good at roller derby or something. It's like they're a national team.
And we're back. Jam 8, Synaptic Plasticity back out, and NAD for Team Canada still have a blocker apiece in that Hampton Inn Suites penalty box, but it looks like Jag is being released. Cracker Jack standing, almost back to... Oh. See, I gotta stop talking about penalties.
I love when the penalties assess and the blocker, like, all they can do is just put their hands in the air, like, not me, not touching. And everyone's just kind of maneuvering around them. And yes, my apologies, Grayson is also an absolute beast to contend with. I've not had the pleasure of skating against him, but I can only imagine.
Ooh, Synaptic Plasticity able to sprint up that inside line here on the closer straightaway to get through.
Pack picking up speed. Looks like a no pass, no point as Nad was going back through the pack. Seeing our lovely replay here. Nad getting recycled to that outside and
sprint up that inside line.
Beautifully done.
I love when people are trying to stay in. They're on one toe stop, and you just see that other leg flying around, holding balance, like a cat's tail.
I know. Sometimes, I swear, these jammers just, like, defy the laws of physics. Another lead jam going to New York for She-Devil.
I think this is probably our first pair of leads in a row here for
New York.
Definitely.
If I were to hazard a guess. Looks like Mange at the top of the pack, joined by Dump Truck.
Artuso headed to the Hampton Inn Suites penalty box, so this will be our first power jam of this game, giving She-Devil an opportunity to put up those 4 points. You can hear the crowd cheering.
Yep, She-Devil now in full control of this jam with lead, has the option to freeze the jammer in our lovely penalty box, but since one of the New York blockers is heading to the box also, it could be a toss-up between freezing a jammer and freeing your buddy. Looks like they'll opt for the latter. Artuso is now set free with fresh legs, ready to get back into the action. Team Canada ready and waiting. Turn number 3. Artuso getting knocked out, not bridged too far back because have to keep that pack definition. Oh, beautiful star pass. That'll be Maj Marcoul, our new jammer of record for Team Canada.
Nice, good timing there for the New York All-Stars. That was definitely their highest scoring jam of this game so far. 12 points up, and I do like that decision to wait for the call off. When you have a jammer with momentum who's able to complete these scoring passes, especially in a game where you are disadvantaged score-wise, I think you just keep trying to get those points.
Yeah, sometimes the vibe is just right, even if the other team is scoring. Hey, it didn't happen that time, but sometimes you're just feeling it and you just want to keep going.
An official crash course timeout.
I don't even want to jam
our official friends have a little chat, ready to make 2-minute jams feel easy, tired of second-guessing your training routine? Want to feel more confident when you step on the track? Then Crash Course is for you. We turn skaters into MVPs. If you start to Crash Course today, in 4 weeks you'll be less tired at the end of a 2-minute jam. In 8 weeks, your footwork will get you to the line faster, and in 12 weeks, you'll be the skater that everyone wants in their pack. Life is a contact sport. Win.
Our lovely producer, Locks, has just handed me some statistics. That would be the first scoreless jam for Team Canada in this game.
So we have 49-19 here on the scoreboard. Looks like our officials are headed back to their posts, so I think we'll hear that rolling whistle. There it is.
That's
I
always
love
a
that
good
sound.
sign. Oh, but the jammer from New York in the penalty box. This is going to be a power start for, looks like, Are Ya Ready for Team Canada. Didn't quite catch what the penalty was, but we will hopefully get that when the overlay comes up. Oh, a cut track penalty.
I did think I saw that there on turn 3. Quick lead there for Are You Ready? Some effective offense being played by this strong Canada pack. We do have I think that was a cut track being assessed to Cherry Napalm. Indeed it was.
Yes, our penalty tracker confirming such. This is the first power jam for Team Canada, so we're getting to see them do pure offense before having to relent to block She-Devil at the back of the pack. That once again is Cam Grayson, Razor, and Taz, aka Dad. You know Taz, you know why we call her Dad. Mom's doing excellent work, track awareness there, keeping the blockers in play. Are You Ready? Just pushing that New York formation to its maximum point. 1 left to beat, and gets through right on that inside line with another 4 in the pocket.
She-Devil with helmet cover in hand, getting pushed in the wrong direction now, but able to get a little push going here against this Canada 3 wall.
Yep, getting in between those butts of the tripod, but trying not to commit too much, because once you get your legs in there, Taz will trap you. It's like,
But for strategy,
Are You Ready? Still pushing on that far straightaway. 2 left to beat as the pack gets stretched even further.
oh, She-Devil there. Trying so hard to just keep that one hand out. It worked.
And
But now everybody falling to the inside there. Infield with a couple skaters.
She-Devil with star in hand was contemplating a derby pass, but Arya deciding to call that one to a conclusion. See our lovely replay here. Arya getting through that beautiful footwork, those toes
spin around. It's hard enough to jump the apex. It always impresses me when people can complete it with the spin, keep their momentum. Never gets old.
Projectile donning the maple leaf against Just Chaos. Projectile quick to get out as lead jammer, and Chaos immediately removing that star cover. Sweets the pivot, moving back, trying to get in the middle of that
there we
formation.
go.
But oh yes, we do have our star pass. Sweets will be new jammer record for New York, but Projectile's just going to call that one off after earning 4 points. Quick hit it and quit it.
New York having some really effective star passes so far this game, able to do it quickly and get those pivots out to limit the damage when Team Canada has lead jammer status. Ooh, really physical there right at the whistle start on that jam line between all those blockers. We got a little tangle up here. Ooh! That is Stephinity and Beyond trying to take advantage of a little gap there, but that Team Canada pack just recycling quickly. Both of these jammers still stuck. Oh my goodness, this is quite a scrum here on turn 2.
Yeah, just a jumble of bodies making up this pack, and it does look like Stephinity
Oh my goodness.
is
Oh, get
lead jammer, but still trying to get their bearings.
Oh, man. Able to stay in on that first try, but
Able to
getting
stay
pushed
in,
in.
but did allow Team Canada blockers to reform up front, and it was just enough to make them second guess and say, you know what, I don't like this scenario. Let's just start all over again. Hampton Inn and Suites penalty box currently sitting completely vacant, so it'll be full 5-on-5 for our next jam.
Jammer high five. I love Jammer high five.
All the jammer love.
The jammer line is such an interesting place to be because you're always just standing there for like 20 seconds being like, hey, what's up? How are you doing? Oh, and a quick lead there with a little fancy footwork up that outside line on the first straightaway by Cooper to give Team Canada lead status, while Synaptic Plasticity working against a Canada wall, going for the drawback here.
Snaps opting to remove that cover, hoping to create enough confusion. But as we have seen, Team Canada is not so easily tricked. Snaps getting hit to the infield, bridged a long way back by Taz. Taz escorting them to that tripod comprised of Razor and Mange. Cam Grayson getting called off for a penalty of some sort. Oh, and we'll be joined by the blocker from New York for for 30 seconds. Jammers now neck in neck. Synaptic Plasticity trying to put that star back on as they do the little tango with Cooper. Pack starting to pick up speed. Grayson now released from the penalty box, and one standing for Team New York. That'll be 10 seconds or less for Big Banger.
That is the pivot for New York. That was a 12-0 jam in favor of Team Canada, bringing our score to 79-19. We have period clock running out.
Might have one more jam unless
someone gonna call it. Nope.
I think everybody is about ready for a break. I don't blame them. So that about does it for the first half here, but don't go too far. Intermission is only 5 minutes, and you don't want to miss the second half of this game.
See ya in a few minutes. You're fine. You're so fine. I don't know.
we are back. Just checking our chat feed here. Hi, Chris, my ass. Miss Bigley Smalls, I have delivered your message to the Team Canada bench. We will hope for significantly more pointing. Hopefully. We'll see. I mean, I'm just the messenger. I can't make them do stuff.
They can't really hear us, although we do have the Team Canada bench on the broadcast booth is on one side near one bench, and the in-house booth on the other side. Also, shout out to Locks, our producer, who gave us some fun facts during halftime. Low penalty game, realistically. I mean, Canada's got 6, New York's got 4. Canada with 10 lead jammer status. New York able to grab it thrice. So we'll see how that keeps up going into this.
Not once, not twice, but thrice.
Thrice. Five seconds called here. We do have that New York pivot standing in the Hampton Inn Suites penalty box.
And of course, as you announced it, she is released. Now that pivot moving in to give some assistance to She-Devil. Nad at the top of the pack, securing lead advantage as New York lives his nightmare to our Hampton Inn and Suites penalty box.
She-Devil holding that helmet cover in hand. Passes it off. That was, man, these star passes have been immaculate by New York All-Stars. You can barely see them happening, and they're right in front of us.
Absolutely. Pack holding down the fort at the top of that apex there. Lowrider moving in to try and split apart those New York blockers. Nad still having some trouble at the back of the pack, but signals to Bruceberry, hey, this one's giving me trouble. And Bruceberry's like, I'm on it. I know that because I have had that happen before. I've had Bruceberry blocking for me as a jammer.
I pray that I never experience Bruceberry's offense. I don't want to be on the receiving end of that. I've been watching it all weekend. I watched it last All-Stars, and every time I go, I'm so glad that's not me.
I feel that with a few lineups, especially like these blockers are just fearsome. There is a lot of tall blockers this year.
Yeah.
Which I'm not mad about because I myself am a tall person. Nad still pushing against that strong formation at the back. Sleep doing beautiful work, bridging, and with that tripod movement is able to provide a tiny bit of offense. Nad getting a hit to that outside, but New York not able to bridge the back. Pack crawling now, coming to turn number 3. Nad getting the instructions from the bench to call it off. That will be a 12-point jam, I believe.
That is a 12-0 jam, which kind of surprises me, even though I was watching it, because it felt like a really defensive battle out there. Both of those packs, both those walls just locked down.
Hey, look, our score is a palindrome.
Yes, that's
means
3 games in a row.
That means hydrate.
Hydrate. Oh, wow.
Hydrate.
What a day. I mean, PR and Joy Pepper alike will be delighted to hear it's been 3 in a row here. Hopefully we can keep up that streak.
Absolutely. Artuzo at the front of the pack, trying to get past the last line of defense. That is the hammer, though. Putting down the hammer.
Putting down the hammer. I mean, the hammer is an announcer's dream of a derby name.
So many of these skaters live up to their names. Like, I was announcing the Salam game earlier, and I ran, I slam, literally runs and slams.
Slams.
Artuzo still working at the back. Here comes Bruceberry, though, off that penalty. Provides a bit of offense, but New York able to rotate around and be completely unaffected, and Bruceberry will report back to our Hampton Inn and Suites penalty box for appears a back block.
I also love on these borderless teams when you have a cultural reference in the name. I was on a house call for Jewish roller derby yesterday, and I could not stop saying it would have been enough for all of the incredible Daidainu jams of multiple scoring passes. 1 round would have been enough.
Star getting passed for New York at that last minute there, but unable to capitalize. Team Canada only coming out with 2 points in that jam. New York seems to be picking up on those tricks and learning how to keep these jammers from doing some damage.
I love all the different monitor configurations people are talking about in the chat of how they are watching this tournament while they are claiming to work. We have now Are You Ready with the Maple Leaf getting lead jammer status with Stephinity and Beyond hat in hand, but able to get out a little apex hop there, it looked like, from just beyond my monitor. We have one here and two cell phones open with the chat. Oh, brother.
Power jam scenario for Arya Ready because Stephinity and Beyond cut the track.
With a track cut. See, it is just blocked by this monitor.
Pack now moving backwards, taking away some of Arya's space, but that just means that's more room for Arya to jump that apex. Now just blasting right up the middle, running past the hips of Pinky Swears. Arya putting 4 on the board. Looks like one of the New York blockers also reporting to the penalty box for their own cut track penalty. Or at least it says that on the monitor. I don't see them.
I don't see anyone. The offensive formations that Team Canada uses are just so effective. There we have, I believe that's Steve Nash taking a seat in the Hampton Inn and Suites penalty box. A brief 30 seconds.
Indeed, that is. That was the aforementioned cut track penalty. It looks like the penalty trackers caught it before the officials were able to assess it. But hey, it's better than missing it. I mean, we're on top of our game here.
And then there's that daunting few seconds after you get called, but you're in the pack, and you're like, how do I get out of here? I gotta go, but there's so many people around me.
It's better than when the whistle blows and everyone just kind of freezes in place because they don't want it to be them. Grayson getting caught up at the back there by Stephinity and Beyond.
Calling it off. I am going to reckon that that's our...
Oh, we have ourselves a nice little replay here. You can see that pack moving backwards. This will be Arya's apex hop. Interesting.
Yeah, I see something
there.
interesting happening there. If you're listening at home, you'll have to guess.
I'm not going to say anything, but that was interesting.
I saw something there. Oh,
and there is indeed an official review. I saw the coach on the sidelines for New York kind of doing that arm motion of like, are you kidding? So if I were to hazard a guess, I would say it would be to review that questionable toe stop.
That's my guess. That is my guess.
In the first game today, Salam versus, I can't even remember. Sorry, Salam versus Philippines. I believe it was Iran, Islam, or one of the jammers got 2 penalties. Or no, they were trying to get one assessed, and the toe stop was on the tape, but it hadn't crossed the line. So you're allowed to touch the tape, but once you go over that little cord that is taped down, that means you're out of bounds. So that's possibly what could have happened here. You're allowed to drag your toe stops along the tape so long as it is on the correct side of the track.
And of course it is... We don't have a lot of official reviews that are successful because there has to be enough of a consensus to overturn the original call. It can't just be a little so-so.
You know, I used to joke that, like, oh, we should have instant replays like, you know, they have in football and stuff. But as I've learned, I'm not bitter or anything. Instant replays don't really do much anyway. You can see more at home than the refs do. I'm just getting the details of the official review right now.
All right, getting report back from our officials. We were correct to think that the New York All-Stars were looking for a cut track there. That the no call will stand. We have some displeased audience members here. I don't know if you all can hear the booing. I'm a big sports fan, all sports. I love watching all sports. And I have to say, I love our officials. They're amazing. But in any sport, it's always kind of fun to hear fan reactions to the response to a review. We are not on video replay yet for officiating, but since it's been so excellent here on this stream, I don't know if that'll come.
Honestly, In professional sports, it doesn't even do that much, so
No, I
It
mean,
might not
if
even be
anyone's
worth
been
it.
watching football,
oh my god.
you know it doesn't get you very far. I will say, I was starting to say at the end, or right before that official review was called, that I suspected that it was our largest jam with 27 points. Our amazing producer Locks did come and confirm that for us.
Largest scoring
Versus-
jam of this game. And don't forget, they had a 40-point jam yesterday, one of the Team Canada jammers. I think that's going to be the one to beat.
And to juxtapose that, we have 2 points up on that last jam. And I do think that that Team Canada game yesterday had 10 jams apiece in those halves, which is very unusual. So some really long jams there. We now have Just Chaos jamming for New York All-Stars and She-Ra Shakes. For Team Canada, we have our 4th New York blocker. I think that's Nightmare, returning from the Hampton Inn and Suites penalty box. So we have a full deck of blockers on the track.
Just Chaos getting knocked out and bridged back. Looks like that star in hand, though. Unfortunately, their pivot is a little bit preoccupied at the front of the pack, trying to keep She-Ra Shakes at bay for just a couple additional seconds. But hey, every second counts. when
Able to do
2
so. That
minutes
was
or
a
less jam.
That was a handful of seconds there of really slow one-on-one blocking, which is always fun. Oh, just a little offensive knock onto the inside there.
We've got a star pass on behalf of Team New York. That'll be Rocky Bonobo, new jammer of record. Will our Aria call it? Indeed, she will. Aria calling it just in the nick of time. I'm just checking this chat here. I love how Belle is calling out her own child for watching Derby.
Ooh, be
Wait, is
careful what you say in the chat. You never know who's watching.
Aren't you in class? Excuse me, Belle. There are important things going on right now. This could be history.
The way that this game is being played, we're all in class right now. Such good jamming and blocking. It's good roller derby. Everyone can learn something. Ooh,
This is a course in blocking, in pack definition, in beautiful jamming.
and really, really great track awareness and sports IQ. This is also such a physical and chaotic game. We've only really had a few slow, separated tripods, which makes it fun to watch. I love those slow, separated tripods, too, but for a little visual stimulation, it's more fun when everyone's just mixed up and bumping each other around. Ooh.
Horaggio, I believe their first time with a star in this game, still working at the back of the pack. I love the spelling of Horaggio's name because the middle rage part, it's in all caps, so I feel like I have to yell. It's like, Horaggio!
Horaggio! We do have
do
the
that on
New York
purpose.
pivot in the box. I think that is Street Meat with a track cut, taking a stay in the Hampton Inn and Suites penalty box as Cooper comes around looking for some more points here.
Got Horaggio stuck up in the back against Grayson and Taser, as we affectionately call Taz and Razor, because, I don't know, they almost go hand in hand. Oh, beautiful star pass just as the pivot Street Meat is released.
That was incredible.
Just skates on by and like, oh, I'll take that star cover. Thank you very much.
I'm not sure how much the mics pick up kind of the background noise here. If you heard some yelling right before that star pass, that was Street Meat yelling from the Hampton Inn Suites penalty box, getting ready to come in. When you come out of that penalty box hot and you're mad but you're focused.
Oh, I was hoping that replay would show that nice little star pass, but no, it was still an equally good replay of that fearsome tripod. That yelling may also have been the Team Canada coaches yelling
Right in
for
front
the
of us
call
here.
off. We've got Nad donning the star again for Team Canada. Quick to get to the front of the pack, but New York able to put up a free wall just as they come to the top of that apex. Number
Oh, wow.
49.
I love this matchup here. I think that is Cherry Napalm, who is just towering. That was a fun couple seconds there of blocking. We have Stephinity and Beyond.
Oh, and it looks like our fellow announcer, Jag, taking a star pass. Now going to try their hand at jamming against these formidable blockers.
In New York's game yesterday, Jag had this really incredible, 20 seconds of one-on-one blocking, got the replay, and then after, we ran into each other right after the game, and I was like, dude, you got an awesome replay. And Jag was like, when I was doing it, I was like, I can't believe it. It's the best moment when you're playing. I'm doing it.
Yep, Jag still trying to find room to work with in this pack.
Coming against a Bruiseberry Pie. Bit of blocking here. I do hear a whistle.
Whistle and penalty being assessed too. Even the refs are having a difficult time seeing the numbers, it appears. Oh, that will be Lowrider. Being called for a forearm penalty. Jag still trying to find room to work with at this pack. Looks like KT Kaboom with the lockdown, assisted by Sleep and Bruiseberry Pie. Nad taking a hit to the infield.
Ooh, we've had a lot of helmet cover slip-offs this weekend. That one manages to stay on.
Indeed, if anyone was watching the last game last night, Yeti accidentally putting the helmet cover on inside out, which is just another argument to be made for double-sided helmet covers are our friends. Because you know what? When you're taking a star pass and you're jamming, the last thing you need to think about is which way your helmet cover is.
I have to say, there's so many challenging things about roller derby. Few of them stress me out more than frantically putting on a helmet cover. I am not known for my fine motor skills. So it really keeps me up at night, just thinking about trying to pull that on while I'm skating around. Also, here, down the bayou in Louisiana, it is humid. The floor is always slippery here. Everything's wet all the time, especially late winter like this. At Big Easy, our warehouse that we practice in, we have to cancel practices all the time this time of year because everything's just wet. Doesn't matter if it rained. Call it swamp track. You have swamp track season in the winter, swamp ass season in the summer. We have lead status for our Tuso for Team Canada.
She-Devil still trying to work on that initial pass.
We have that Canadian flag in the background has been moving to different sections of the stands throughout this game.
That is the one and only Cakes. And that's also Joe Means Joe, third base coaching. So, shout out to Cakes and Joe for supporting their teams.
You'll see it again when our camera operator shows over there, but our amazing camera operator, Quiet Fire, here. Keeping the camera on the action, we have Reston on replay. Huge shout out to Team Louisiana. Those skaters are volunteering to operate holy smokes, the cameras.
Oh, She-Devil with a hop on that apex there, but a hit to the inside by Crackerjack. Crackerjack going down, allowing She-Devil to escape that pack with that
holding those
landing.
hands up the whole way around, getting ready for the call-off. Team Canada using some strategic clock management here, burning down that clock, waiting until the very last second to call it off. And we are down to our last quarter of our second half of this game. This is our second to last game with these 20-minute halves, 5-minute intermissions, and 2 timeouts apiece for these teams. So starting on game 15 today, we will return to regulation, 30-minute halves, and all the other stuff that comes with that.
We've got Are You Ready? Donning the star. Quick to get lead advantage. And that star comes off from Just Chaos. Hoping to create just enough chaos, but Mange, Razor, and Taz are ready and waiting. Mange hopefully will do a lot more pointing. I haven't seen a ton of pointing in this game. Mange with that last hit on the infield on Chaos. And then the bridge back. Mange is all over this track. And now Taser joining in to make that beautiful formation.
Do you hear a whistle?
Oh, a cut track penalty assessed to Aria Ready. I did not see where that happened.
We do have a power jam now in favor of Just Chaos and Team New York.
We'll go the full 2 minutes.
Oh, big hit to the infield there.
Just Chaos managing to do a little matrix backwards bend there, getting bridged back by Crackerjack. Taz and Razor. Mange holding down the fort at the front of the pack, that last line of defense. Brutal trying to help their jammer get through. Brutal opting to possibly play man-on-man against Mange. We'll see.
Ooh.
No, Brutal
Are
was
you
ready
ready
and
back
waiting.
in and
Are you
coming
ready?
in hot.
Brutal was ready. Absolutely.
Brutal was like, oh, were you trying to walk here? There's actually a wall, and it's me. Good luck. But are you ready, able to use a little footwork to get around and back through for another scoring pass? That'll be 8 up in this jam so far, so pretty impressive. Oh, it was a good
Just
penalty
chaos.
kill, and now Just Chaos headed to the penalty box. By the way, this will have been a 2-minute jam, but that 2 minutes is winding down pretty quickly here.
That's going to give Team Canada a nice little power start for the beginning of the next jam. Just Chaos still sitting in that penalty box because they have just arrived, so less than 30 seconds. That'll give slight pack advantage to Team Canada. And they're sending out Projectile with the beautiful maple leaf.
Checking out this.
Oh, and there's additional Canada fans, as you can see on the screen. Oh, and they turned away. Over higher up in the stands with the Canada flag.
Oh, look at all
Near
that.
cakes is Easy Break Oven and Willow Whips. And some other members from Team Canada that I can't recognize because they don't have their jerseys on.
We do have a Crash Course official timeout here, ready to make 2-minute jams feel easy. Tired of second guessing your training routine? Want to feel more confident when you step on the track? Then Crash Course is for you. We turn skaters into MVPs. If you started Crash Course today, in 4 weeks you'll be less tired at the end of a 2-minute jam. In 8 weeks, your footwork will get you to the line faster, and in 12 weeks, you'll be the skater that everyone wants in their pack. Life is a contact sport. Win.
And coming up after this game, we will have Fuego Latino versus Black Diaspora, followed by our open division. Pennsylvania will be taking on Beast Side. Trans Rollers United will be taking on Villain Era, and we will be finishing off tonight with the Expo game, Crew de Bruise versus King Baby Cakes. Always a fun match to watch.
Definitely want to check out that Mardi Brawl. Okay. We're going to watch that Mardi Brawl stream, because if I know anything about Carnival in Louisiana this time of year, if you give people an excuse to dress up, they are going to dress up. I stupidly wore a very cute little headband with king cake babies on it, and then went to put my headset on, was like, these are not congruous. So now I have headband off. I am wearing wings, though, so just picture me.
She has wings and golden sparkles on her shirt and golden beads and just all the sparkles.
And what you will not be what you haven't seen, I should say, on the stream, is that Lox, who is doing an incredible job producing this game, has had, I think, a different costume on for every single of the 13 games that we've had so far this weekend. So I'm giving Announcer Crew MVP to Lox when it comes to costume wearing. It has been a sight to see.
Absolutely. And it's not subtle costumes either. Like right now, she's just like a hot sauce packet.
I think on Lox's first call yesterday,
Is that a
it was a whoopee cushion.
Okay, I was wondering, I'm like, I can't tell what that is. Is that a hot dog or I don't know.
All of them
Anyway.
have been fantastic. Here we have Just Chaos starting in the Hampton Inn & Suites penalty box. Projectile already out with lead and scoring, I believe, but a very solid full slate of blockers here for New York All-Stars. On the first straightaway, Bruceberry keeping that pack together so we don't have... Ooh, we get a little bit of pack separation here.
Just the tiniest bit. And we hear,
Is that a high?
yes, Bruceberry Pie getting called up for a high block penalty that will force number 49, a Nightmare from New York, to relent and a bridge to keep those skaters in play. Projectile still using those beautiful laterals to try and get inch to work with. New York now
This is a
moving
fantastic
back.
tripod. They are just shutting Projectile
They're
down, inching
totally-
Projectile.
They're compressing this pack right now. Of course, as I say that, Projectile pushes them up a little bit.
Cherry
Tripod-
Napalm dough just locking it down. We are getting some separation here. I hear a whistle.
Bruceberry back
Bruceberry
into the
in to cause
fray.
some trouble. Oh, that penalty does go to Just Chaos for a cut track. That gives Projectile a projectile power jam just as they escape that locked down New York tripod.
So
looking a little exhausted. I do not blame Projectile at all.
a little bit. And with our period or jam clock winding down, it looks like it'll be a power start for Team Canada once again. But only
They're giving the call, so
briefly.
are they going to use the...
No, they wanted to freeze just chaos in that penalty box for just a moment.
We will out if they're going to use the team out to keep this game going. On the replay here, we do have Projectile finally escaping. We have... I think that's going to be our game here. I thought they were doing the call off to have the use a timeout.
No, I believe it was to freeze just chaos in the box. That gives Shira
just in time. I can't do math, y'all.
very brief power start, getting quick to the top of that pack, getting some assistance from R2. Gets pushed forward just as chaos returns. Star in hand, looks like it has been passed. Street Meet now our new jammer of record for New York.
Our period clock running out. As I was trying to do math, I don't do math. Not only am I a roller derby announcer, meaning I don't do math, I'm also a lawyer, which means I definitely don't do math. So the period clock did run out after this jam started. So this could be our last jam of this game. She-Ra back at that New York pack, looking for points here as we have a helmet cover pass to Street Meet successfully for the New York All-Stars.
And just as Street Meet gets that cover almost unsuccessfully, Shira Shakes calling that one to a conclusion. See our little replay here. Shira coming in. I believe this was the start of the jam. And then there we see Just Chaos coming back and starting to remove that star. So we have ourselves an unofficial score. 184 for Team Canada, 22 for New York. Let's wait for that rolling whistle to make everything officially official.
Thanks for joining us. We have at 3 p.m. coming up next. That is 3 p.m. Central Time, Fuego Latino versus Black Diaspora. I am extremely excited to check that out. It's going to be fantastic. I do hear that rolling whistle. Still says, there we go. That's our final score, 184-22. I have been Bex. Thank you so much for joining us.
And I have been Blade.
See you soon.
Hang on, we're going to get our shot in. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, friends.
Anyway, we're still here.
Anyway, that'll do it for us.
Hi folks, Tui Lion here, and I'm here to ask you if your helmet is cooked. Whether you're on the derby track or at the skate park, your helmet has one job, to protect you. So let's check out your helmet together and find out if it's still doing its job. Look for the following signs to determine if the EPS foam in your helmet has deteriorated. 1. Physical cracks or deformations. 2. Soft spots. 3. Discoloration. 4. Separation from the shell. 5. Age. Helmets should be replaced every 3 years depending upon usage, even if they appear to be in good condition. 6. Unusual odors. Let's move on to the outer shell and consider your previous impacts. If the helmet has been involved in a significant impact, the EPS foam could be compromised even if no visible damage is apparent. If the strap adjusters, clip, or straps are compromised, your helmet placement might be compromised if you take a fall. Last but not least, if your helmet doesn't fit you properly, it's not going to do its job when you need it most. Your helmet should sit about 1 finger width above your eyebrows and stay put when you're moving around or shaking your head. Visit 888.com to find out about our cutting-edge helmet technology and designs. The most certifications, the latest technology, the best fit. We've got you covered.